Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the ATL Show. I'm Peter Marcato. He's Dave Bidmeade, in action in the Victorian Conference recently and couldn't come up with a W. You're our man.
Yes, but our team did win. That's the main thing, Pete. It's a team game, this ATL League.
Yes, just like your highlight of the week, which you've conveniently named after.
That's right, Bidmeade's highlight of the week, Pete. Now, there's a few different rules in this competition. One of them, net cords. If you hit a net cord, you play on. There's no lets.
Yes.
The other one is that the tiebreak's first to 5. So at 4-all, you play sudden death.
Yep.
Now, in Aaron Leaderchard's match versus Brendan Bryant last round, he was 1-all, 4-all, and first serve, bang, hits a net cord, ace. Game, set, match.
Be a bit unlucky if you're the receiver in that situation. What do you think about the rule?
Well, I think it's a fantastic rule. If I was the receiver in that situation, my racket would have been over the fence, that's for sure. But I think it's exciting, and you've got to be switched on in all these rules. It's a very precious situation, and that's what makes this so exciting, this ATL competition.
The excitement continuing across the country. Our feature this week is on the New South Wales ACT Conference. Plenty of highlights both on and off the court in the New South Wales ACT Conference. Great to see helping out the Oz Stars this week, Davis Cup player and Australian tennis legend Wally Mercer.
That's right, Pete. Great to see Wally out there and as a guest stint as team manager for the Oz Stars.
We had the opportunity to catch up with him during the round.
I wasn't involved in the opening match, but I'm out here tonight managing the Oz Stars, the National Academy team. Look, I think it's good. It's pretty intense. It's very rapid fire. You heard it come on just behind me. It's on. I think it's good. It's a competitive environment, and obviously that's what we need more of in Australia. The kids just being, it's all very well to practice and play a lot of tennis in that situation, but to be in a competitive environment is ultimately what this sport is all about. So I think it's a good idea.
Great to see tennis legend Wally Mercer helping out the Oz Stars. Unfortunately, on the women's side, it wasn't enough to get them the win over the Steelers.
That's right, Pete. The Steelers comprehensively beating the Oz Stars 5-0 with the last doubles unfortunately washed out. But awesome to see Wally out there supporting the ATL, and it's fantastic to get names like that out and involved in this competition.
So our feature match is the clash between the Canberra Velocity and ATP Sydney on the men's side, and a huge match between Alex Bolt and Adam Feeney. Take us through it, David. It was close.
It was very close. Alex Bolt, a very aggressive player, lefty, plays a little bit like your man Rafa Nadal, Pete. He's in the AIS program at the moment. He's ranked in the 400s in the world. Very up-and-coming player. Adam Feeney, a very all-round complete player, has some of the best volleys in Australia, does Adam Feeney, and he just took this match 4-3, 4-3. By all reports, though, some of the best tennis that we've seen so far in this ATL competition.
We had the opportunity to catch up with both players after the match.
Being an individual sport like tennis is, it's not very often you get to play in these kind of situations where you can go and barrack for your friend and your mate, and then having the scoring system the way it is, it's very tight, it's very quick, it's intense, it sort of gets down to the end point of the game really quickly. So every point's really crucial, and I think that's the best part about it. Every point you're playing, there's something on it. Whereas you can go through matches and in normal tournaments, and you don't have that every time you play.
I guess the team aspect of it all is really good. Besides Davis Cup, you really don't play in a team environment like this in tennis.
An exciting round of competition in the ATL. Let's take a look at the ladders across the country. In the New South Wales ACT Conference, ATP Sydney's on top from the Wizards, Tigers, Velocity and Oz Stars. On the women's side, the Velocity is on top, followed by the Steelers. Then comes the Avengers, City Community Tennis and the Oz Stars.
In the WA Conference in the men's section, the Giants are leading the way undefeated on top from the Sharks, Mosquitoes and the Dolphins currently in 4th position. Over on the women's side in WA, the Giants also leading on top, undefeated, followed by the Ball Bursters, the Perth Swans and the Mad Dogs.
Tied at the top in the Queensland Men's Conference with the Chargers just a point ahead of the Blaze, and then a further point away the Sharks, a further point away the Breakers, then the Tornadoes and the Tigers. On the women's side, it's close as well, with the Sharks on top by just the 1 point from the Blaze. Then comes the Tigers, Tornadoes, Chargers and Breakers.
In the SA Conference in the men's section, it's very tight at the top. with Glen Lee just ahead of Broadview Tigers, Trinity Titans, Tea Tree Gully the Drive, and the Lions in last position. In the women's section of the SA Conference, the Flagstaff Freighters are leading the way, followed by the Saints, the Lions, Tea Tree Gully, the Drive, and the Sharks rounding out the competition.
In the Victorian Men's Conference, the Liston Seagulls remain undefeated, followed by the Dingoes, Warriors, Devils, and the Classics all fighting out for the important second spot. In the women's, the Firebirds lead the way on 14 points, with the Classics and Warriors fighting out for that valuable second position.
For all the latest news and results in the ATL, you can check out the website tennis.com.au/competitions. You can also find out more on our Facebook page and also on Twitter with the hashtag ATL. And we look forward to your company next time as the ATL continues.